Welcome back to class, dear students. In this lesson, let's quickly look at events handling in JavaScript. These are things you've seen me use this also in our DApp, token minter DApp capstone that we are gradually building from one lesson to the other, one section, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and as we move on. Now, what is event? You know, event in programming term is something that causes something to happen. So something that happened to bring something. So when an event happens, it makes people gather or it makes So that's the same thing. An event, it just refers to an action or occurrence recognized by the software. Typically user action like click, key press, mouse move, eyesight move, motion, system generated event, whatever. This event can be used to trigger JavaScript function. For example, when a user clicks a button, it might trigger a function that changes the color of a web page element. Remember what we did in the first lesson, when we use a particular something to change the color of the background of the home page. I don't have it, we have cleared it off. This home page, once we click that button, we are able to change the color of the background, so you can go and watch them. That's an event in action. We didn't learn what event, but we actually use it. So all these things, if we don't have event, what's the difference between me clicking here, clicking here, clicking here, clicking here? So why is it that when I click here, it means, because I've said this, according to this, you can see it in this event, that it should check when I click on this button. On click on this button, it should call a particular function. You understand that this means should be able to be manipulated to mint, like we are seeing it here. That should be able to manipulate and do what? Mint. You see, mint on button. When I select query, when I do select, I've selected this. It's mint. It keep minting, then keep doing. But now I can't click here to mint. I can't click here. So that event is so super important for you to have idea, and you also use it in smart contract. So imagine a smart contract when it does something, HTML event handler. This handler are written directly in HTML, like on click. You remember we learned it. So while convenient, they are generally considered outdated and can lead to less maintainable. Remember, because it's inline directly in the Java, in the HTML, it's difficult to update when your code becomes bigger. Then we have the DOM level 0 event handler, assigning a function directly to an event property of an element, e.g. element.onClick equals to perform this function. Simple, but only allow one event handler per event type. So when this is click, do this. But when you want to do multiple things, like look at what we did here, that once this is clicked, it means, but it doesn't just mean, it also trigger an information, and doesn't just trigger an alert, it's also do a lot of things like make sure this one is updated. So just clicking this button alone does almost like 5 things. Number 1, you click, it tells you, it go and check, is these things actually correct? It tells you. If it's correct, it tells you you have minted. If check, have you reached the limit? It tells you. Then at the same time, keep adding. So for you to do that, you can't just have a single function. Because so when I click, maybe meet or maybe do this. So you can use something like this. Add event listener. That is what you see us using. You see document.add event listener. And when you over this, they give you some information about what they do. Append an event listener for event whose type attribute value is type. The callback argument set the callback that will be invoked when the event is dispatched. So we call dispatching. So when you dispatch it, like delivery, because when something is triggered, it has to respond. And we've learned about function and callback function, like if like main function is not active, what should be called, like a backup of what should be done in case we don't want anything to not just be done. So those are, you can see it, how it trigger a lot of things in between, which the on-click on a single inline will not be able to do. So it's a very, very important thing in almost any programming language. So that's why it's a very solid foundation, and putting the time and resources to make sure you get your development foundation solid as a developer, and it will help you in future in other Web3 Solidity or any, maybe even Rust or other things in future. So those are the things you need to allow multiple handler for the same event. We have seen it with more flexibility. So, and that example we have seen it, it's still, I think it's still the same code, because we have used them actually without, we have used them without actually knowing what they are. So it's just like trying to now make sure you understand what each of these things are doing. But I think this now update mean status for invalid wallets. You see, I think I tried to update it here. Let me give this a try. Before it's just check invalid wallet. Okay, it's still the same also. Please enter a valid wallet. Let's see, and let's just run this again. So this time, let's see, I try to mint. You can see null cannot set property of null. You see, remember the console log that can always give you. So in this time around, okay, I think I have done something now, like the alert is not normally what you will use most times. So you may want it to display here and things like that. So I think if I put 0, you see, so I think later we now make it to display here 1. You see, still giving me the same error. You see, then wallet, let's see, cannot set property of null, setting text. So there are some things that need uncut error, cannot set property of null. So these are part of things you need to set. Text content, you have to see where the error is. But I think first let's copy everything. No, we don't need the CSS, still same. This HTML, let's do the HTML. So that's why I try my best to put them here for you. So let's see. Let's replace the HTML. Let's replace the HTML now. Then you see it. Let's see if that works. If not, do you see it now? That is now able to give us the error. You see, ready to mint. You see, all this now has been updated. So that's why I always try this ready one out, because I will bid on it on the next one. So we have used a lot. If mint, update successfully mint token, invalid wallet or token amount. So it shows here now, you see invalid wallet instead of the pop-up. You see we are getting more. Still won't mint. So but if I say this one, then successfully minted 1 token to wallet W, and then our total minting has been moved up. So you see that it's getting more real now. You see token wallet to W, and we've minted this, and then we keep minting until we can't mint again. Mint limit reached, no more token can be minted. So you can see all this now. So and all these features you can just ask AI2 to generate them for you, and your AI2, once you have them as well, you can say, okay, what's this doing? Like Copilot, for example, I can say explain this, and then right away it will start telling me what this function is doing. So that's the major thing in the lesson. I think we have concluded and round it up. Always go through the resources. Remember, join the official Discord for you to be alerted and also communicate and collaborate with, maybe for your project, with others. But if specific question, use the post comment, the comment here for specific lesson. This event question, see what others have asked. If not asked, ask it to get help. Usually within 72 hours you get response. But don't ask question on event handling under JavaScript. It won't be attended to, or it might even be deleted. So that's it for this lesson, and we've learned a lot. Test them out, practicalize them, ask the AI question, and we are good to go. So I will see you in the next lesson. I remain Solomon Foske of the Program University. Keep the program spirit alive. Your chance to succeed in the long term as a developer. And please always do good to humanity with your programming skill and any skill or knowledge you have to make the world and nature a better place for us all and the universe. See you. Peace.